Hey guys, how you going? Welcome to Holding the Ball. Look, I want to get down to the chase. Long story short, Warriors lost. It sucked, not a good feeling. However, there was some positives to take out that game. Namely the fact that there was still some chemistry being tried out as we were actually playing, as the game was hanging in the balance. And also the fact that Walsh and CHT actually, got some game time together, which was actually good to see. Promising signs, even though we lost. So I want to just basically run through the stats, the team stats, the player stats, give you my overall thoughts on the game, and then a little hint into a little preview into next week. Let's get straight into it. The team made 9 errors compared to Manly's 13. I think the reason why ours looked more impactful was because it was done in crucial moments, which led to tries. I can think of RTS and Curran dropping the ball, and then Manly capitalizing straight off that. We had 5 penalties to 4. Possession was 49 to 51. So again, it was a pretty tight contest. Not much separated the teams in regards to holding the ball. So Manly just a benefactor of Warrior errors. That's it, right? Completion rate was 83% us to 66% Manly. Man, what do you want to say to that? When we're actually competing well, we actually know how to hold the ball, and we still can't get the biscuits. Shows you again that some of the those errors at the crucial point of the game cost us, right? 20 tackles, tackle breaks we had to Manly's 21. We had 316 tackles to their 277, and we had 25 missed tackles to their 20. So again, about evens up. We had a lot more tackles, sure, but again, ultimately errors. Some of the player stats as well that I go over. We have RTS with 213 meters. Post contact was 50 meters, and he also had 3 tackle breaks. Again, we need to have more post contact meters from our forwards. Roger Tavira on average is at least number 1 or 2, and I've got a feeling, that it's all good and well, but hey, we got to get the big boys to go up and drive the legs, pump the legs a bit more, We need to, and we cannot wait. I cannot wait until Ben Murdoch-Masila and Adam Fonua-Blake come back, because we absolutely need those 2 units. I think having those boys as well also encourages and bolsters up the pack as well, right? It'll make the other boys run harder. Our 4 is one of them. Our 4 from the back fence is the best thing I love about the forwards line running. Out of all the forwards in our team, our 4 running straight and hard from the back fence is the best thing I like about the boys. One of them anyway. I think having BMM and AFB in the pack will definitely awaken that Warriors drive. Bit of it, there's a preview in the first game. Go watch round 1 against the Titans. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's good. We need it. We need those boys back. We need to punch through the middle, because again, those post-contact meters, for Roger to only get 50, slow. It's okay, but it's not good enough. Jermaine Talanoa-Brown had a good game too. 100% tackle efficiency with 0 missed tackles and 28 tackles he made. So again, hey, just one of those unsung heroes on a week-to-week basis. I'll probably even suggest that he run a bit harder, a bit more tougher. But if you're going to be tackling like that, you keep it up. Again, a big body. Probably, again, just needs to gel more with the other players. Hasn't had time to. But again, defensively, he's sound. Appreciate it. And again, Toy Harris with an overall tackle of 42, had the most tackles in the team. So that about sums it up for the player stats. Some notable players. Berry, for mine, great player defensively. He is learning that defensive game, and he reads the attacking lines very well. If you watch him, he had 12 tackles, 1 miss. Hey, he's only 19 in his 8th game now. So again, good effort, good showing. You can't fault him. We're going to go to Chanel Harris Tavira, and I'll be honest, I was actually quite reserved when he was mentioned. Wasn't a fan of it. Was sort of thinking maybe he was rushed, but hey, he came out, and in a losing game, proved me wrong, made me eat the humble pie, and I'm just happy he is fine, So again, 2 tries and 15 tackles, showcasing you again what he can do. So hey, it was good. Then you have Rhys Walsh, or as I call Walshy Baby. So happy when he got his first try. A nice little, hit up through the middle. Close to the line, but still, managed to wrestle his way through the try line, which was awesome to see. One try assist with his kick, and 3 missed tackles. Again, hey, he did 3 tackles and got 3 missed tackles. You can say that those led to the tries. Yeah, I think they did. 2 of those tries from his missed tackles were probably very crucial. But at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is. He's 18 years old, so he's learning the game. Can I really fault Nathan Brown? I don't know. It's just a whole heap of variables that came into that. I almost have a feeling that Rhys Walsh is a play first player. That's how he gets his momentum. He's not good coming off the bench, sort of akin to basketball and how some players are just better off starting as opposed to sitting on the bench. So that was my thoughts. But overall, happy. He played, he scored a try. That was good. Can only learn from there, can only move up from there. It is what it is, you don't learn if you don't fail. That's the way it goes, And I've got a segment here called Duds. And for a loss, there always has to be someone, I think, in a team who has probably not stood up, not put their hand up. And I have two of mine. Mine personally was Josh Curran, was his drop balls, those errors, right, that led to tries as well. And just in crucial moments, right, in the game, especially when we were trying to claw back. But hey, it is what it is. It's upsetting when you think about the fact that those drop balls by Roger Trbojevic and Curran led to tries. Had they not happened, we probably could have won by 6, other way around. But hey, he did, however, have 37 tackles and only 1 miss. So again, it's a bit of pros and cons. I do see that dropping the ball is a bit of a habit that he has. Last week he dropped it, I think, going in 2 times or 3 times up to the try line against Cowboys. So he's got to fix it up because, again, he loves a good drop ball apparently, and it's all good and well that he can tackle and it's great, but those are the things that get you dropped or benched and then dropped. So Curran, come on, I'm trying to root for you, man. And another player as well I'm going to mention is Maumalo. I think he's lost his pizzazz. He's lost what made him him, right? Remember back in the day when, even go back about 3 years ago, when he'd run up and bang, bump someone, keep running. Not anymore. And he's so slow to turn when you turn. It's just, look, the more I talk about him, the more frustration you'll hear in my voice. I'm not going to do it. But point being, we need a faster winger. It's all going well for him to be an extra forward. But I mean, when AFB and BMM come back, then what? We can't have a second rower or a prop out in the wing. That match against him and Sub was one of the biggest mismatches in NRL. Full stop. Out in the wing, that's one of the biggest mismatches in NRL in terms of pace. It's not even close. He got absolutely slaughtered there and was part of the reason why we lost that game in the second half. And when Walsh passed in that ball to try and score a try and he didn't, well, there you go. So that's just sort of like a rundown of the players, the teams, the stats. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the game overall. So overall, hey, it sucked we lost. We didn't come with the chocolate, sure. But you know what? It was positive in that sense that we actually got to see some combinations that were done in real time, right? First of all, it was, when Walsh came in, Nicarima was on the bench, on the hooking position, and then you had CHT and Walsh in the halves. And I think that could have been better had it started first up. That's all I'm going to say. I guess a lot of people as well like Walsh, but I guess the message is a lot of them probably think he should be held back a bit because he's young, because he's defensive liability, and I get that. However, as I mentioned before, you don't learn if you don't try. So again, put him in the halves for next week, I reckon, and have Nicarima at hooker. What the coach does for the bench, I don't know, but I'm not the coach. That's just my opinion. I'm also going to mention as well, for the backs as well, there might be noise about RTS moving to centre or wing. Just leave it. He's the fullback, full stop. And unless your name is RTS at the Warriors, you don't have that position. So that's just the way it goes. Walsh, you're going to wait for next year. Either that or try hone your craft at 5'8". I personally think he'll be a good 5'8". He showed some good glimpses as well. That setup, try, and just the way he's running. I think he's being a bit too kind there, passing the ball to my model. Probably would have tried to, run it myself if I were him. When you have someone like Maumalo on the wing that slow, don't even do it, Don't even do it. Another thing as well I want to bring up is that Cody Nicarima ball, where he, didn't really do much with it. Actually, there was an overlap I want to mention as well, is that that Nicarima ball, there was an overlap, I believe, when Parker was already caught out. It was a 3-on-1, and he cut out past to Kossi. And I think to myself, why did he do that? That was the momentum killer there. Him and Curran dropping the ball, that basically faded us out. Hey, we did well to claw back, but I mean, ultimately, that was the dagger, right? Because we never really, we never really recovered after that, even though we, got 2 tries at the end. And I think personally, if I were the coach, this is what I'd be doing. I'd be dropping Mamalo. I'd have Pompey out there, and I'd have Aiken, and if he's back, I'd have Aiken and Berry as our centers, and have Gossi and Pompey as our wings. We need pace. It's all good and well to have an extra battering ram, but when that battering ram turns around, and by the time he turns around, the game is finished, it's just not right. We got to do something else. And I appreciate Mamalo. I'm not doing this to bag him out, but I'm just saying that we just need a better winger for a position like it was this moment. Had we had a faster winger, could he have got there closer? Potentially, right? There could have been a variance for a lot of things to happen, but it wasn't the case. He got dragged into touch before he even, I think, took 2 or 3 steps. So there you go. Again, this game to me felt like Tom Trbojevic versus the Warriors. He was superb. Tom Trbojevic, I think he's probably the best fullback going right now. 2 tries, 4 try assists, over 100 meters and running. Man, this guy's an elite fullback. And although I think to a degree the battle was probably even for us, I think in the fullback battle, I'm probably going to give it to Tom Trbojevic. I still think Roger Trbojevic provided a lot of good moments. However, again, Tommy Trbojevic again showing us why he is the most impactful player, in a team, full stop. And I touched on it before. I like that trifecta, Cody to hooker, and have CHT and Walsh at the halves pairing for the start of the game, and just go from there. And hopefully Ben Murdoch Masila plays next week, and Anfanor Blake. We just need that punch. As for next week at the Magic round against the Eels, hey, anything can happen. Eels will be without Brown and Nukore, so it'll be easier for us. The halves battle. Look, I'm pretty optimistic about this game, but at the same time, I'm not. Typical Warriors sort of attitude, perhaps. I think overall this game here, it was sucked, we lost, but there was positives. And the positives were the fact that, hey, when we switched things up, we were okay. Had it not been for those errors, I think we would have won. Had it not been for that Cody missed pass, we would have won. A lot of variance, a lot of things, but I mean, ultimately, hey, it didn't come to fruition. But I think there's more positives than there are negatives. So I think we should focus on that, because again, hey, had we had our full strength squad, I don't think we lose this personally. And had we not dropped the ball, hey, I don't think we lose this. So it was only us who lost this game. We made them look pretty. We made them look good. The positive is it was actually the onus was on us. When we were actually getting beaten, we actually managed to come back at the end and lose by 6 as opposed to losing potentially by 12 or even, worse. So, hey, it is what it is, right? It's a loss. That's one we got to wear. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. Thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you guys have a good day, good Sunday, good Saturday, wherever you are. Thanks for tuning in. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you guys in another video. But before I go, please comment to me. Who were your worst? Who was your best? What do you think? Tell me what you think. I'm all about discussion, engagement. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to